That's not the right scene. Hello, welcome back to the Game Show Global Esports Cup here on GameShow underscore D2N on Azubu. This is going to be the last game for today. Justin versus Archon Dota, and we have a slaughter again for Archon. It's been pivotal for them in all of their series, or in most of their games, I should say. The last game was Sand Slaughter, but it had the other components that made them very scary. The Magnus and the Juggernaut. In general, Archon have been playing inside their comfort zone and are looking really hot. Let's see if Justin can take a game off of Archon and end their flawless streak for today. Archon, I think, are showing that they are the more consistent team and probably a little bit better. But I like this start to the draft coming out from Justin. The Darkseer and the Spirit Breaker will mean that even though the Slaughter is very threatening when it comes to his initiation, has a massive amount of minus armor synergy with the Shadow Fiend, at least they'll have heroes that can start fights, which is something that was kind of lacking from Justin's lineup in game number one. The offlane Night Stalker generally lacks in that department, and it put a lot of pressure on the Wind Ranger to perform, where she really couldn't at the level that they needed her to. It was so hard when you have the Tusk rolling around everywhere, the Magnus blink skewering, blink RPing, and in general just controlling the map. Justin found no room by the end of it, and Archon need to be taken out of their comfort zone if Justin want to take this game. I don't think Archon are going to be surprised by the Darkseer Spirit Breaker, but maybe Justin will be able to just go for a super aggressive strategy, and it'll work out nicely for them. For now, we're looking at pretty standard fare. The Slaughter and Shadow Fiend, which I already kind of alluded to, has a lot of minus armor synergy between Presence of the Dark Lord, the amp damage, and then just the naturally high right-click damage of a Shadow Fiend. It's very scary to be playing up against. These two heroes are very good to open up a draft with, I'd say, right about now. Slaughter, after months in obscurity, is really coming to his own after the recent buffs. I say recent, we've been in this patch for a while. Teams are very comfortable with it, and it goes to show. And the mid-game is starting to solidify a little bit more as we near the Frankfurt Majors. Dazzle will be the ban from Team Justin, a hero that you'll always keep your eye on when you have this minus armor strategy, and Archon will ban out the Templar Assassin. Although Templar Assassin does have a great amount of synergy with the Slaughter, you don't want to pick up Shadow Fiend TA on the same lineup usually, even though they do have that minus armor going for them with the presence of the Dark Lord and Meld. They'd much rather be in the mid lane. Both of them. Tusk will be banned from Justin. This is really standard fare. If we take a look at these first 12 heroes have either been picked or banned inside this game, these are probably 12 of the most popular picks and bans right about now. Wind Ranger is lacking from that list and is available for Justin. By no means do I think the Wind Ranger played poorly in Game Number 1. Might still be a good option for them here. Also, they might consider just going for one of their supports. The supports that they probably wanted to get their hands on, the Dazzle Winter Wyvern have been banned, so instead they're going to go for the Gyrocopter. Another one of those very powerful heroes. In combination with the Darkseer, you get the Vacuum back into Call Down combo, which in and of itself is very threatening. And then just anything on top of that, and you have yourself a recipe for a great mid-game team fight. I like this approach to Justin. It's a safe lane carry that's going to be able to contribute early, but now Archon have the Shaker. Early, Shaker is going to be able to protect the Shadow Fiend. It makes it so very hard for you to be able to roam onto the SF and kill him off with the Spirit Breaker. Charge is going to be cancelled by Fissure often, and even if the charge isn't cancelled, Fissure walling off the Spirit Breaker makes it very hard for him to get the kill after that, at least pre-level 6. And then as the game progresses later, the Shadow Fiend will be sufficiently farmed, because the Shaker has prepared a couple of stacks for him. Then the Earthshaker adds another angle to the initiation from Archon. The downside to this Earthshaker pick is it is going to weaken up their safe lane a tad bit. And against a Spirit Breaker Darkseer, that is a bit concerning for Archon. Let's see how they're going to approach this. Jay was a very adept player, and he has a fairly deep hero pool. Maybe they put him on the Juggernaut for the 4th time this game. Seems like it wouldn't fit terribly with what they already have. Earthshaker, Fissure, and Spin gets you fairly reliable kills, especially on the Darkseer, if he's already used his Surge, or Spirit Breaker if he's already used the Charge Away. Instead, it's going to be a Puck. Huh. I like Puck. How are they going to lane this, though? Off-lane Puck could work out for Archon. I think that's what they're going to end up doing. As scary as Spirit Breaker Darkseer is in the off-lane, Gyrocopter +1 against the Fairy Dragon? probably won't be able to kill it off. Puck is going to be able to stay in that lane 9 times out of 10, unless it's super huge amounts of disable, or like a Skywrath Mage once you get level 3. But a lot of the heroes that will have the appropriate amount of disable for the Puck aren't going to get that online until much later on. The reason why Puck isn't a very popular offlane pick is because a lot of the time it is like a defensive tri-lane with one of these supports like Tusk or Earthshaker, who early on will get themselves a stun to throw into the mix. But with only 2 components to that puzzle, they might find it difficult to punish this Puck. And the initiation from Archon is no joke. Neither is their damage. The only thing that I see that's a little bit lacking from Archon is maybe the laning stage, which is where Justin are going to need to pick up a lot of momentum. If this laning stage is even, Archon will be very happy because an even laning stage will mean they get the blink daggers up at a good timing relative to the enemy team. You get blink on Puck, you get blink on Slaughter, it's go time. You just don't stop from there. Maybe they go for 4 staff on Slaughter instead. Who cares? Initiating item on Slaughter, and then go. For Justin now, another support for them. It'll be able to deal with the Puck in lane. Rubik could be reasonable, although a tad bit on the damage light side. It's good against the Earthshaker, hasn't been banned out, and gives you, worst case scenario, a point-click disable for the Puck. If you have high enough points in Rocket Barrage, even though Puck is very elusive, you will be able to put the hero down so low that Puck has to go back to base or risk dying the next time around to go for that combo. Still, Telekinesis is a very long cooldown early, so maybe that combo isn't going to be enough in order to zone out the Puck completely, but I still think it's good enough against the Earthshaker to consider Justin picking it up. Other supports that could do a similar amount of poke and threaten the Puck, just anything with a stun, really. A lot of the common ones can be disjointed though, at least the ones that are available inside the pool. And Justin might be looking for something a little less conventional. The Venomancer could be decent here, although in lane against the Puck isn't going to be doing next to anything. When it comes to threatening kills, I mean. Still, the poke from the poison damage is going to be annoying for the Puck, but for the most part, Puck can deal with it. The extra pushing power it offers and the aggressive potential from the hero could be enough of a selling point for Justin to consider going for it. Really is up to them. Their first 4 heroes are so good individually that I'm not sure if there's any gaping holes lacking inside their lineup. The only issue arises when Archon get that power leap and oh, we have a Techies! Now this is a hero I have not seen for a long time in competitive Dota. The changes to mines, especially against competitive teams, are going to make the hero a lot less effective. You have mines that are in much more scattered stacks. It's not anymore possible to get those perfect mine placements where they're all lined up and you can't see any or see where they are stacked. But still, this is going to punish the starter from blinking in aggressively. And if Justin are able to take this game late, they have a really good chance at snagging, even with the minus armor synergy from the starter and the Shadow Fiend. If they're able to kill off this SF, a lot of the damage from Archon is going to be down the tubes. Witch Doctor changes that a little bit. With the minus arm added from the presence of the Dark Lord and the amp damage, Witch Doctor's ultimate is monstrous. And is, worst case scenario, a ranged hero that can debomb. But, yeah, this is going to be an interesting game, to say the least. If Justin lose, they pick Techies. If Justin win, they pick Techies. I mean, there is just that much focus on the hero when you select it. It's one of those hero picks that's so very hit or miss. Out of those less selected heroes and Captain's Mode matches, I would have loved to see a Punch, although I think that's an awful choice. You know what? I can't say that I'm unhappy with this Techies pick. Well, let's see what Uncle Panda's going to do with it. His Silencer in Game 1 was pretty darn good. He's going to be handling that Techies hero. Calamity will be playing the Darkseer, accompanied by Cook Crab on the Spirit Breaker in the offlane. Chives will be safely farming on the Gyrocopter, and Wind Ranger will be going mid by Dark Raider. And on the flip side of the coin, Archon on the Radiant side. Rebecca Black? What? Okay, fair enough. That's fluffing stuff on the Witch Doctor. Shadow Fiend is going to be played by J.O. Moo on the Slaughter for the 4th time this day. Monkeys Forever on the Puck is getting madly pinged out by the Slaughter, and Whitebeard will be playing the Earthshaker. For the most part, Fluffin' Stuff has been very reasonable with his names. Mostly Brian, and Brain. But yeah, Rebecca Black caught me off guard. Still, it is the same player. At least he was in the lobby. Oh. Well, Archon now going to look for this rune contest. His Puck is going to be safe lane farming against the Darkseer Spirit Breaker. I quite like it, actually. Puck is going to have a good time against this lane relative to how well the Slider would be doing. And in an aggressive lane, Witch Doctor Slider by themselves is probably enough to get kills on this solo gyrocopter. Uncle Panda's bombs have not even been skilled up, and Techies hasn't placed any as of yet. He is going to level those up and put one on the high ground. Maybe just the mind games of being against the Techies are going to be enough to force out some gold from Fluff and stuff and from Whitebeard. Is that enough to warrant the pick, however? I don't think so. You really do need those kills. Monkeys Forever is going to get banged up in the bottom rune area, and he is able to snag the bounty rune. Nicely done, Monkeys. Sorry I wasn't looking at it, but the end tally is that Puck is down his... Okay. Hold on there, Moo. Calm down. No more pings. We don't need any of that. Poor Puck. He just made a good play. He just stole the bounty rune from the enemy's side. No need to be mad. Techies is going to keep on making his bomb stack, but this is spotted out by the Radiant Observer. They don't see the bombs exactly when they're being placed, but they know, they have the ballpark idea of where Uncle Panda is putting this down. They shouldn't walk over this area, and even if they do, I'm not sure if that's going to be lethal. It's so hard to tell how many landmines are actually in that pile now that they removed the indicator from Techies. So I really don't know if that is going to be enough lethal damage. We'll just have to wait and see if somebody walks over it. But for now, if they get the Sentry Ward over there, it's gold in the bank. 10 gold a pop, I'm pretty sure. Puck down the bottom lane is going to take a lot of damage. Charged up, has the Illusion Orb, though. Monkeys Forever is not going to die here. It's only level 1 Spirit Breaker. If there's Bash, and if Cooked Crab gets lucky, maybe, just maybe. But for the most part, this Techies is going to be off of the lane, in top. It's a solo gyrocopter against a Witch Doctor Slider. This is not a happy lane for the gyro, and he's not going to be able to get any farm, really. The good news for them is, as far as safe lane farmers are concerned, ooh, Paralyzing Cast going to bounce towards them. They're not going to be able to get in range and won't go for that crush. But as far as safe lane farmers are concerned, Gyrocopter's able to contribute with very little, as long as he gets his level 6 up and running. He is able to contribute a lot of damage inside these fights, but staying alive is another story entirely. The damage from Archon is no joke. The lane we haven't looked at yet is the Shadow Fiend versus Wind Ranger in the mid lane. 8-2 compared to 6-2. Jo already has a quick start, and if you give Jo's Shadow Fiend a quick start, you're in for a bad time. Whitebeard is going to snag himself the Haste Rune, is going to bump into Cooked Crab. Trading blows with the Spirit Breaker might be ill-advised, but Whitebeard is just going to be a nuisance. What do you do about that? Oh, you bash him, apparently. Whitebeard is going to lose this damage trade, if only slightly. Another bash. Yeah, no. Charging forward. Run, Earthshaker, run. Cooked Crab is a little bit faster. If he gets another bash, this might be a kill. The Haste Rune's expired, and Cooked Crab... Ooh, they don't have the power shot connecting, so it looks like Whitebeard is going to survive. Here comes a Darkseer, though. Surgeon 7. Do they really want to go for this dive? You can see it in their eyes. They want it so bad. They'll get Whitebeard. He's able to drop the Fisher, but First Blood for Calamity as he gets it with the Iron Shell and the Spirit Breaker. That certainly helps. That certainly helps Justin's cause. But left alone in this bottom lane, Monkeys Forever, there always seems to be some sort of trade, some sort of something happening in favor of Archon whenever Justin get these fights going their way. The Puck is given a lot of experience and free time in bottom lane. Already level 4, this Puck is having a grand time. Compare the Puck's experience to that of the mid laners, it's on par. In fact, if this Puck was lane mid, I don't think you'd know the difference. If we just switch Shadow Fiend and Puck right now, she'd be able to hold her own against the Wind Ranger. I say her, Puck is almost definitely an it. I don't know. This fairy dragon things. 1-0 early advantage for Justin. Archon are doing well in top lane, doing very well in mid lane, and doing very well in bottom. The only one that suffered is Whitebeard on the Earthshaker. Even after losing his life, Earthshaker is able to contribute a fissure, and oh wow, what is that icon from? Is that because he has a giant tooth on his back instead of a totem? I guess so. But yeah, Fissure, an amazing spell at contributing and stopping the aggression from Justin, especially from the Spirit Breaker Darkseer, if he's not the one cut out completely alone after getting bashed twice. Witch Doctor Cask, top lane, Chives in a lot of trouble. The Rocket Barrage is there onto Moo. Chives still might go down. One more auto attack and he will. Moo is going to take a good amount of damage from the Spirit Breaker, but unless they get a bash, I don't think they get either of these kills because Moo is there to stop the Spirit Breaker from pursuing with the Crush. They don't have vision on this Witch Doctor and can't go for any more. Techies has set up shop in the top lane, but all of his bomb spots have been unfruitful because of this ward placed out by the Radiant team. It really is going to make Uncle Panda's techies very sad. Not getting First Blood, not getting that Soul Ring at good timing. He has his Soul Ring now, but this is purely because of Tick Gold. He only has 1 CS to his name. They know that there's a bomb over in the sidelines. Uncle Panda is going to start prepping up this stack, and Archon shouldn't get surprised by this techies. The saddest part for techies this game is that there's not a good vessel to bring him in for suicide kills. Although the landmines did get nerfed. Suicide Squad attack is still as strong as ever. I think you kind of need a Tusk or a Tiny to run the techies now. Just a cheesy way to get guaranteed kills with him, because you need to get remote mines as quickly as possible, or else techies just falls off. This is a 4v5 game for all intents and purposes. A 0-0-0 techies who has had 0 lane presence. Jo continues farming up in mid, 30 and 8. The Wind Ranger isn't that far behind, but Dark Raider is forced all the way back towards base, and Shadow Fiend will propel himself towards that level 7 mark. The stacks are being created, already has a triple stack in this large camp, which will be a 4 after Whitebeard is done with it. So much gold, and they're going to go again onto Chives. This Gyrocopter is left alone against a lane that has innately a lot of killing potential. Witch Doctor gets the kill, and now Gyrocopter can't come back here. He really can't. It's not safe, at least not alone. But who would help him? Who would allow the Gyrocopter to stay in that top lane and farm? Definitely not the techies. You really need some sort of safe lane farming support that can have some sort of presence. Like a Winter Wyvern would be great. Puck's phase shift turning around. Calamity is going to be dropped very low. Monkeys juking this out is on double digits HP. If they can get the vision, Monkeys might be in a lot of trouble, but the Puck is able to fade into the shadows, and Darkseer can't commit. Certainly. TP out by Monkeys, the creeps are not going to be lethal, and that charge wouldn't have been fast enough to cancel the TP even if he went for it. Puck survives in a 2 versus 1 scenario. Monkeys is level 7 on this Puck, who is quote-unquote off-lane. He has phase boots. He's very farmed for an off-lane Puck. Again, it's a situation where you compare the Puck to the Wind Ranger. They're in about the same spot. In fact, Puck has more experience and can contribute more to the team than Dark Raider with only 1 point shackle, 3 points power shot. Using that coil to defend himself, or looking for the turn on Darkseer, I suppose. He was trying to make that aggressive play. Is going to mean that he's not able to contribute that much yet, but Puck in the offlane isn't supposed to be fighting at 7 minutes in. You really shouldn't have your level 6 7 minutes in as an offlane Puck. It's just not as strong as a lot of these beefy strength heroes that are ever so common right now. Speaking of one of them, Spirit Breaker's going to be charging top lane. Where is he going towards? Not the Witch Doctor, but for the for the Slaughter to help out the Gyrocopter. Fluff is just casually farming these bombs. Ooh, Darkseer going to die to the Puck. Second Dream Coil, and Monkeys finds a kill. The Witch Doctor in top lane is going to be chased forward. They have a paralyzing cast that bounces a couple of times, and Fluff and stuff will survive. The Spirit Breaker can't go for that. There's a Slaughter in between him that still has Crush. Cooked Crab is going to get hammered by the Slaughter. No points in bash yet for Moo. Won't be able to get that kill, but saves his Witch Doctor just the same. And if we take a look, he thinks about going in. He's going to drop an amp and then back off. The Witch Doctor's CS is 23. This is mostly from the bombs, so it is very inflated. Bombs give you, as I said, about 10 gold apiece. Not all that impressive. Ooh, Shackle going to latch on a Wind Ranger. Can they kill off this Earthshaker for the second time this game? Whitebeard, run! Nah, can't quite get to the Roshan in time for that deny. 3-2 is our kill score right now. And Justin need to get level 6 on Uncle Panda. I think it's one of their best ways. Oops, Spirit Breaker top lane is going to be dropped very low. Moo will be able to get that kill and survive. The Gyrocopter can't chase the Slaughter. Salving up, he has another Rocket Barrage. Moo is going to crush him and right-click him inside the creep wave. The damage is too spread, and Gyrocopter, you're going to die here. He will! Double kill for Moo. Really taking that hero to its limits. The maxed out Crush doing so much damage. In the meantime, in mid lane, Archon are posturing very aggressively on the enemy side of the map as they farm up the enemy's stacks. Oh, this is so bad for Justin. They are getting out-farmed on all fronts. They have an initiation disadvantage, and they just don't have a way to start fights. The Spirit Breaker and Darkseer are not doing well enough to make up for the fact that all of their other lanes are going pretty terribly. Darkseer is doing just fine. Like, this is kind of what you'd want your Darkseer to have 9 minutes into the game, maybe even more than what you'd expect your Darkseer to have 9 minutes into the game. It's just not enough, though. Darkseer's not a Tusk that can get solo kills once he finds the levels. He needs this mech before he can really contribute towards this team, and more points in Vacuum to where he can set up for like a Gyrocopter calldown. That isn't even available yet. The Gyrocopter still has not found himself level 6. The way that Justin hold on to this game is remote mines. The techies' red mines haven't done a thing, and Uncle Panda hasn't cast Suicide Shackle attempt in mid. Whitebeard again is going to be dropped pretty low, but Jo with the Requiem Poop going to be cancelled because he doesn't want to have to worry about Uncle Panda and this bomb suicide. But here comes a Slar running in fast. He drops the Blink Dagger Crush onto the Wind Ranger. They're juking out these bombs inside the trees. They get the amp on Uncle Panda, and they're going to be able to kill him off. He's forced to suicide. That is not how he wanted to use that Suicide Squad attack. 6-2, the kill score. Justin are vastly on the back foot. Their draft isn't very good from behind. Justin need to have an experience or gold advantage, which usually would come in a pub game, from the techies getting first blood, but techies was spotted out all the time when going for these bombs, and Shadowfiend is going to casually walk over them. The bombs that were there just don't do enough damage. It's so hard for techies to get kill stacks anymore. He wishes he had a vessel. He wishes he had some way to get inside these fights to make benefit from the natural kit of the hero. I think I'm putting a little too much emphasis on this techies for how little he's done this game. But oh, Cask and the Death Ward instantly canceled by a Shackle. Double raise though. This is going to be a dead Wind Ranger. And he actually survives 7 HP. The Witch Doctor lives. Are you kidding me? Fluff and Stuff has been riding that edge for so long, and they just haven't been able to kill him. They're charging forward onto Jo. Do you want to tangle with the Shadowfiend? I don't think so. Techies, in the meantime, cut out by the Slaughter. No Suicide Squad for 90 seconds. Mega kill for Moo. Techies at this point is just a big creep for Slaughter to farm. At least for another 90 seconds, and then it'll just be a creep that can explode. Cooked Crab is going to get amped up. Charging forward for the Slaughter. Cancels the charge. Slaughter is very deep. They need to kill off Moo here. If Justin are able to start getting a couple pickoffs if Moo plays too aggressively, that would be wonderful for them. But this Slaughter is very tanky. The Ion Shell hardly doing much at all. And he's just charging aggressively into him. He has another blink. He catches the crush onto Cooked Crab. He has almost perfect vision of this fight because of the amplified damage. Unstoppable for Moo. And he's going in 1v the entire enemy team, really. With all of the TP rotations that were there, he forces out the entire Justin lineup to group up behind their tier 2s and chase for a Slaughter that just killed off your Spirit Breaker and gets away scot-free. Oh. This is not pretty. 12 minutes into the game, we're at 10,000 net worth, 10,000 experience. Not quite 10,000 experience. I'm a little ahead of myself here. But with the tower falling, the gold advantage is going to get even greater for Archon. The mech is already running for Jo. He has 1,400 gold on top of that. If this was just the mech, he's vastly outfarming the Wind Ranger, who has Phase Boots Wand Bottle. Phase Boots Wand Bottle is not bad. It's going to allow them to maybe look for some pickoffs. For that to happen, though, they need Spirit Breaker to get his Nether Strike. The way Justin get back into this game is you get Cook Crab his ultimate, and then smoke up and look for kills. Everywhere they go, they're spotted. However, Archon have kept so many good wards out this the entire day, really. This series and the one against Pain. Ward vision from the Dire team isn't bad either. It's actually quite good. But they can't do anything with that knowledge, except for try to play keep away. Tier 1 tower on bottom lane is going to fall. You have a Blink Dagger on this puck. This is a ridiculous amount of farm for Monkeys. He was safe lane against the Spirit Breaker. Darkseer, Blink, Coil. He's going to catch that Spirit Breaker, trying to TP out. Not going to happen. There's a fissure there from Whitebeard, and they're going to blow up this Spirit Breaker. I'm really sad that this Techies pick isn't working out for Justin. Oh, that thought. We have a crush on the Calamity. That's going to be a dead Darkseer. But yeah, I'm really sad this Techies pick isn't working out for Justin. It's a hero that is entertaining to play. And fun to watch, not fun to play against, I suppose, but this Techies is a bit of a kitten. I want to see Justin be able to hold out this game, and I want them to get level 6 for Uncle Panda, but if he keeps on dying, that might not be the case. They silence him up. Puck's going to be able to right-click him down if they're not careful, but oh, there's the crush. Okay, so Moo's going to come in with the Wicked Sick. They have a fissure onto Dark Raider. The Wind Ranger needs to run. Here's a call down. Pretty good one. The Rocket Barrage of the Monkeys, they bring down the puck. That's something for Justin. But buyback from the puck, he wants back in. They want a piece of this action. Another crush, another kill. Slaughter is going to nab the Wind Ranger, and Monkeys Forever is going to be able to get back into the fight off of the Illusory Orb. Techies get Slaughter's monster kill. Ooh. Finally, okay. Now that's something. Techies is now halfway towards level 6, so Uncle Panda can make his way back into the game. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, though. This is hard. Last time I said that, At least they're still competent enough to throw out a little bit of smack talk in chat. But Calamity is going to be brought down here. Chant told him Buck is going to secure that kill. 14-4. Justin are vastly on the back foot, and this Witch Doctor has balls of steel. Can they kill him off? No! They don't even get one attack to look for the bash. Fluff and Stuff is 1-0-2. That does not reflect how aggressively he's playing. He should have died probably 3 times. I mean, no, he's playing well. Like, he's just on the edge of it, but it's so hard to watch the Witch Doctor live there. They kill off the Spirit Breaker with a couple of raises. They find Uncle Panda. Oh no, not like this. Earthshaker Echo slams to secure it. Whitebeard making sure that there is no suicide. There is a good amount of hate behind that Echo slam. You can tell this man's played against techies a few times in his pubs. Shadowfiend will keep up the pressures, and mid lane Moo is going deep for this kill on the Wind Ranger, the Gyrocopter. 4-staff away, and Moo will get himself out to relative safety, and now wants back in. Spirit Breaker's charging him, but Moo, he's safe in going this aggressive. He owns the entire map, really. Justin don't have a great way to punish it. If Techie's at level 6, maybe he doesn't do that for fear of remote mines back here, but this is a level 5 Techies. 3 points in Suicide Squad. If he's able to get that up inside the fights, it is a good amount of damage. They get a bash on the puck as he's coming in, but crush! And the big fish is going to come in as Monkeys Forever snags the kill with the silence. 17-4. From bad to worse for Justin. From bad to worse. Even if they take this game to a late game stage, Gyrocopter and Wind Ranger probably aren't going to be enough scaling damage when you compare them to the Slaughter and Shadowfiend, especially not when they're this far behind. A bomb is going to be blown up by Slaughter. They want to go in so bad. 4-staff crush. They find Dark Raider. The bombs are on the other side. Witch Doctor's ultimate. Dark Raider dropping low. Windrun is going to avoid a couple of those shots. And with it, Fluff and Stuff is just going to dance in front of the enemy base. Techie bombs. That looks like only 3 bombs. Slaughter doesn't actually care about that much. Maybe they're able to turn with just a little bit more damage on top of it. Vacuum back, but Vacuum's only level 1. Dark's here. At 9 minutes into this game, had about the same level of farming experience that he had here. This is by no means Darkseer's fault that he is so far behind. Everybody from Justin are just so far behind because of how well Archon are controlling this map. It's a situation where their safe zone is here. And even then, you might just get dove by a Slider. So their safe zone is more likely here. They're smoked up. This is a last-ditch effort from them to try and pull this game close. They'll jump into Whitebeard. They'll bring down the Shaker. They get 1 kill. They'll lose the Techies to the puck, and now they're going to lose Chives. It's falling off the rails after killing Whitebeard. Sure, they got him, but it doesn't mean that much if they lose so many. Triple kill for Jail, a mega kill spree, and GG called out by Uncle Panda. I don't blame him. Sometimes you try a Techie's pick, and it just doesn't work. I admire them for going for something so risky. But 21-5, Archon have been looking hot today. A straight 4-0 in their matches in the Global Esports Cup. That is 6 points for Archon in their group. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's best of 2, 3 points for a 2-0 sweep, 1 point for each in the event of a tie. The top 2 teams move on, and Archon are looking good to be one of those top 2 teams moving in the Global Esports Cup. I look forward to seeing Justin in the future, though. I think there is a lot of potential here, especially for players that I've never heard of, and I couldn't find very much information about them before. It's really cool to see an underdog get to this point, and I really want to see them take a couple of upset games, and maybe with that Techies. Don't let that game dissuade you. It was a bad Techies game. Maybe don't pick it against Archon, but we'll see. Thanks for tuning in to the Game Show _D2EN channel on Azubo. I've been Grannis. If you like the casting, shoot me a follow on Twitter. That'd be great. And if not, well, that's fine. At least you were here to enjoy these games with Archon, Dota, Justin, and Pain Gaming. See you later, folks. It's been a lot of fun. See you in the future for some more Game Show games. We'll have more starting very early in the morning with Southeast Asian Dota with Danley Cast. Should be a lot of fun.